everyone and welcome back. I know this video kind of came out of nowhere and the title probably confused you, but I figured I think a lot of really weird things and some things don't process in my mind. I get looks like this whenever I talk about them, so I know I'm a chronic yapper and mostly thinking too far into things, but I wanted to talk about them more. So today I'm going to go over some of the things that just confuse me. I know for a lot of things here there's probably an easy explanation, and because of this I risk sounding like a dumb blonde American girl, which 3 of those words are accurate, so is it really a stretch? But it's fun to talk about these things that make no sense, so let's get on with some of my random thoughts. I had a quick Google search of British pub names and look at this shit. Queen's Head, Fox and Hounds, Red Lion, Bell. These are so fucking random. Like, I'm convinced the people who name pubs in the UK just choose some random ass words from the English dictionary and slap them together. I mean, some of them have clear historical connotations, like White Horse and Queen's Head, but others, they came right out from where the sun don't shine. I'm not even the only person who thinks this thought. I found many articles on Google about strange pub names, and I decided to make a game out of it. I want to show you 4 pub names, and you have to figure out which one I made up, and which ones are real. Here we go. Round 1. Which of these pub names are fake? A. Bunch of Carrots. B. The Fried Egg. C. The Nobody Inn. And D. The Strawberry Duck. Did you guess? The answer was B. The Fried Egg. Round 2. Which of these pubs names are fake? A. My Father's Moustache. B. The Jolly Taxpayer. C. The Drunken Duck. D. The Dried Grape. Did you guess? The answer was D. The Dried Grape. Alright, final round. This time you have to guess the real pub name. A. The Bucket of Blood. B. The Leftover Onion. C. Prince's Skull. And D. Rustic Dollhouse. Did you guess? The answer was A. The Bucket of Blood. What the fuck is wrong with pub namers? Like, Bucket of Blood is the name you give to a slaughterhouse. You don't name your family-friendly, dogs welcome pub that. Right, what I expected is I could name a pub anything. Right, let's try this out for ourselves. The Fellatio Fairy. Fuck, no. How about the Frying Pan? Bit generic. Let's try again. The Mayor of Scaredy Cat Town. Wait, shit, that's been taken. Wait, what the fuck? This is a thought I had for a while, and I want to figure this out. Slang words are a part of our culture, but how do they start? Like, surely there would have to be a first person to say these words. I know the lore of the word okay being slang, which caught on and eventually became part of everyday speech, but what I understand less is that these words become global, which is easier now due to the internet, but before that, did these words still become global? Like, 100 years ago, would a British person be able to understand phantom tax if an American said it? Probably not, because even today I've got no fucking clue what phantom tax means, and I'm not asking for a definition in the comments because I straight up do not care. I've always wondered though, why don't we know the first person to say certain slang words? And if we did, would these people be on the same level as, like, celebrities? Would you gain fame from inventing a word? Like, if I wanted to make a slang word and I decided, right, plonk, which would mean the act of throwing something out the window. For example, go plonk yourself, or your mum plonked herself last night, or I'm gonna plonk you. These don't sound like throwing shit out the window at all. Say that course on, right? Would I become like a super cool celebrity? Well, if it ever happens, at least we know the origins of the word plonk. But I don't want to become famous through the invention of a slang word, so please don't let it catch on. While we're on the topic of slang words, right, I want to ask another important question regarding them. Why is it that some slang words have 2 meanings, where the 2 meanings mean the opposite of each other? Let me explain. I want to use the word peak as an example. Peak is a word used in roadman slang, which I'm not sure whether it's global or not. It basically means really bad. So, for example, if you're in school and you get detention, that's peak. If you catch your wife cheating on you, that's peak. If your nan comes out with an OnlyFans, peak. However, what confuses me is it also acts as an antonym of itself. Like, I've heard people use it in positive connotations too. If someone offers you a sweet, that's peak. If you pass your driving test, that's peak. If you get a promotion at work, that's fucking peak. How does that make any sense? for a word to be its own opposite. This isn't even exclusive to the word peak either. History repeats itself with a new Gen Alpha slang word, skibbity, which is probably the most abhorrent word to enter the mouths of humans and the most abhorrent word to leave my fucking mouth. The word is supposed to mean evil or bad, so basically where road men would say peak to getting attention, 4-year-olds will now say fucking skibbity. But given that, why is it also used for stuff that's good too? For example, the phrase skibbity riz, which is even worse than just one of these words, but whatever. Riz is used to describe someone with charisma, who's banging at pulling, which is a good thing, so why is it being paired with skibbity, a word with a negative meaning? And why is it then turned into a good thing when paired with riz? It becomes an amplifier. I think if I say the word skibbity or riz one more time, I might actually become so rotted I'll lose my dialect, so let's move on. I recently had a thought. Opposite Day, the famous kids make-believe game where you say the opposite of what you mean, makes less sense the more thought you put into it. For example, if I say the sentence, I'm going to the shops, the opposite day phrase you'd say in place of this would be, I'm not going to the shops. However, that's not true opposite. Let's break it down. The opposite of I'm would be you're, going would be replaced with staying, and the act of going to the shops would become staying home, which would in turn make the sentence, you're not staying home. Doing this completely changes the meaning of the sentence, which in turn makes it a different sentence. So let's say now I will try to say, I'm not staying home, which is a sentence we agreed is the opposite of I'm going to the shops. Now your will turn back into I'm, not will disappear, and staying home would become going out. But that begs the question, where did the shops go? What's the opposite of shops? Well, shop is where you buy things you need, home is where things you need aren't, so home would be. But then the shops disappear when reverting the sentence, you're not staying home, as going out is the opposite of staying home. Not only that, but the phrase, you're not going out and I'm staying home, technically mean exactly the same thing. If you stay home, you're not going out. If you're not going out, you stay home. So the only true opposite in this case is the switch between you're and I'm. Now I get that you can make the case where you'd only change the meaning of the sentence, not switch all the words around with their antonyms, which works, don't get me wrong. It means the sentence I'm going to the shops becomes I'm not going to the shops, and that's the extent of it. It does waste the one thing that would make sense to swap, but whatever. Let's take this logic and apply it to a different sentence. Today is opposite day. We can either use the logic of swapping every word with its antonym, which would make it tomorrow is not identical night, which is honestly a funny sentence and I completely support that, but taking this approach will result in most other sentences meaning exactly the same thing, and therefore not being opposite. So we can't do that. But if we use the logic of changing the meaning of the whole sentence, it becomes this. Today is not opposite day. So the declaration of opposite day is impossible on opposite day, therefore meaning that if today was opposite day, nobody would be able to know, as the only way that it could be declared while keeping to the rules of opposite day for it to make sense is to say that it's not today. I expect that probably made no sense, but it's interesting to think about. There are a lot of different food items in the world, and when we get food, we know what we're getting. Usually food is a makeup of different ingredients. For example, ice cream. We all know what ice cream is. And gravy. I hate it, but we all know what it is. Right, so we're in agreement that we know what we're consuming. Okay, right. So given this, what the fuck is custard? Why does no one know what custard is? Ice cream is a frozen milk and cream compound. Gravy is literal meat juice thickened with hot water. Custard is its own thing. But it's not. It's egg yolks and milk thickened with cream. But why does no one know this? I know this is something that no one cares about but me. But look at this. Here's a pack of bourbon biscuits. Cream biscuits with chocolate. On the packaging, it says what bourbons are. Here is a tub of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Chocolate and vanilla ice cream with gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and fudge brownies. Right, these are both up front with what they contain. Let's have a look at custard packaging. Why is all of it treating custard like it's its own substance? This is the kind of thing I'd expect on a packet of flour, or sugar, or some eggs, like things that aren't a compound. At the end of the day though, there are probably a lot of foods out there that no one knows what it is, and who actually cares? Well, me. I care. The fuck am I on about? I don't even like custard. I recently had a conversation with some friends about something that I want to talk more in depth about. Why is it that Americans think that British people call this a biscuit? Like, that's a cookie. Are we not in agreement with this? Hold on.
Hello.
Hello, Rao. I just have a quick question for you. You are a
Yeah.
British person, correct?
Wish I wasn't, but yeah.
Yeah, right, okay. What do you call this?
Okay.
Precisely.
Okay.
Literally no one calls cookies biscuits. However, every American seems to think that we do. Like, if I go onto Minecraft and play with the British English, these will become biscuits. Why? Where have Americans got this idea from? Biscuits are things like rich tea, and digestives, and bourbons. I get you fuckers might want to call these cookies, but we don't work in the opposite way. These are biscuits, these are cookies. They're different. Us British people put some actual thought into our wording for things, and I'll prove it. America, what do you call these? Fries, right? Well, you're wrong. These are fries. These are chips. They're not the fucking same. I made this point in the chat I had with my friends, and one of them said it has to be a certain thinness to be classified as fries, and my answer to that is yes. Thin fries and chunky chips are very different in taste. One is crispy, nice, beautiful. The other is a fat chunk of potato. Well, do you say chip on your shoulder or fry on your shoulder? I say fucking neither of those, mate. Main point is that there is a reasoning behind our wordings, and Americans just simplified it for no reason. Now that I think about it, would an American call a pot noodle ramen? Alright, that's just objectively wrong, and you know it. Piss off. Here's the thing I thought about recently. Soaps and other cleaning chemicals is a brilliant thing. We use them to clean all kinds of things. Literally everything that gets cleaned, we use soap. Let's take 3 things that we clean with soaps. Number 1, fruits and vegetables. Number 2, utensils and plates. Number 3, our bodies. What is something that all of these things have in common? Well, we put these things in our mouths. Fruit and vegetables are consumed in dinner time, utensils will go in your mouth to eat said vegetables, and as for bodies...
Come on, you know why.
So these are all things that we put in our mouths that we clean with soaps, right? Okay, right, got that clear. So given this, why is soap toxic? We looked at this toxic substance and decided to clean our fucking grapes with them. I get that we wash away the most of it when we clean things, so it probably doesn't end up causing any damage, and soap isn't even really all that toxic anyway. Well, that's not good, we clean our forks with that shit. In the end of the day, it's obviously because the toxic chemicals are washed off. And dishwashers aren't this unsafe. Their tablets are... Fuck's sake, right? No, I've had enough of this. If I can't eat a dishwasher tablet because they're toxic, why the fuck should I use it to clean my fork, which I will then go on to put in my mouth? Well, I'm not having this shit. I'm starting a rebellion. Fuck everyone who says I can't eat dishwasher tablets. They can't be that bad. Ew. This tastes kind of chemically. Wow. I like... Whoa. Dishwasher tablets are what turned me into Beetlejuice. Oh, fuck me. No, that's it. I'm done. That's the end of the video. See you guys.